says don't modify these, but apparently the strap on twice broke, so he's modifying it. Good thing it's not made to protect him against viruses.
Hello YouTube. This video is going to be about an electric sander, Porter cable with a vacuum system on it, as well as some hand sanding tips, and also a tip on how you can do touch-ups and not forget to sand them, because it's something that's easily done, and then after the primer goes on or during the priming process you go, oh crap, I didn't see that, and now I have to sand wet primer. So watch and enjoy. Thanks. I guess a tip right off the bat is let the machine do the work. It's being pulled against the wall by the vacuum, so you got to be careful you don't stay in one spot, or it will just eat up the drywall, or the drywall mud right up to the tape and beyond. So let it do the work. Operate it with a light hand. And you'll notice in this segment that the sanding is done from the outside edge into the middle, and you do that so that you can actually get that bevel off, and it just blends right in nicely. And you also see how quickly it removed that chunk of drywall mud.
Always got to be careful with the power machines, because if you hold it there too long, you'll create a bunch more work that you don't need to do.
As simple as that. Because it is a vacuum, it actually sucks it against it. And there's a bit of a hump there. It's just in the nature of the framing.
It should be noted here too that the vacuum reduces the amount of sanding dust, and the reason we like to use that machine is it does reduce a lot of the dust, because we're working in homes that are occupied in 99.9% of our jobs. So keeping dust down is a bit of a priority, but it doesn't eliminate it 100%. You'll notice when the machine runs past doing a corner, it actually blows it out past the corner, and when you're hand sanding. But one thing to remember is this sanding dust does drop, so if you shut off your furnace while this is being done, it helps and keep windows and doors closed. The sanding dust will drop right down, and then you can vacuum it right back up.
so that you can find spots that are missed is that when you're the one that does the sanding, you know spots. So he's just gonna go around really lightly, and you don't want to gouge it in because that gouge will actually telegraph through a paint job. So just give it a light mark, and then that way whoever's doing the touch-ups, in this case it'll be us going through and doing touch-ups, and I'll show you a technique on that as well. But he's just gonna go through and mark everything that he's noticed as he was sanding. Got some on the ceiling here, but it hasn't been done yet. Okay. Okay, so he's just done some light marks. And then a technique for the drywall mud so that you know where you've done is you add some just regular drywall line or chalk line chalk to the drywall mud, and pick a color that if somebody's colorblind in your crew. I had a business partner that was colorblind, couldn't see red, so if I snapped red lines down, he would go right over them with blue, not knowing that I'd really even done the work. He could see them, but it was, if the lighting wasn't good, he wouldn't even notice that there was a chalk line there and he used red. So we give it a blue tint, and then that way it's not the norm. And it can be Smurf blue, it can be light blue, it can be gray blue. But you should know that no Smurfs were harmed in the making of this drywall mud. And it stands out like ever. And because he didn't mix it that well, it really stands out. Actually, it gives it a really sexy looking color. Camouflage Smurf. And after wearing his N95 mask, he still gets drywall dust into his face. That's because you're not, just because you got
nice clean shave.
Clean shaven, yeah. You gotta read the directions on the side of the box. Nah, even baby bum smooth clean shaven, you're still gonna inhale drywall dust. You can wear a respirator if you want. It's still going to be floating in the air when you take it off and start doing this. And then this will be hand sanded with a light. You got that one? I thought you marked on there. I guess not. Oh. Well, that's not bad. 2 spots.
I haven't done the ceiling yet.
Okay, that's that. And when it dries, it's going to dry with the blue tinge, so whether I show that or not, who knows. Next day, those are dried, ready to be sanded. And that little bit of blue chalk that was put into the mud makes it easy. You can see it, little tiny bits and pieces here and there. Other spots that need to be done, there's some nails that we're showing. So it's as simple as that. Tip of the day. I think sweeping is a definite necessity after sanding. Tip of the day, wear a mask. Tip of the day, have the paint guy check the bucket to see whether it's mixed or not. Or else you have to mix it when you get to the job site. Kind of obvious. And we've gone from drywall to priming. Look at that technique.
Master of one and jack of all.
First coat of primer.
And in an upcoming video, we'll be building a floating vanity for this area. So if that is something you'd like to see, please follow and subscribe.